at the Charles Van Damme benefit fundraiser. Our wonderful ferry boat, Gate 6 Sausalito. Torn down in 1983. Of course, we still have the paddle wheel and the smokestack. And here's a little life as a ferry boat. Captain Raymond Clark at Point Melody in Richmond, and Clark's private collection. There it is. Great stuff. The story of the Van Damme. Here's the story of its being built here. Life as a ferry boat there. Great old pictures. And there's one of my favorites there. Under sail with cars all over it. Look at that, huh? That's great. And then, of course, in the 60s, it became Juanita's Galley. And there is Juanita, hopefully we'll see tonight. In front of her sign. Charles Van Damme. Famous picture taken at Waldo Point, the Charles Van Damme ferry in the mud there. Great stuff. There's the original blueprints of the Charles Van Damme. Great. There's a cabin house there. There's Captain Raymond Clark, 1921, in the cabin house. And this is when it was towed over to Gate 6 to become a restaurant. And of course, it was all because of Don Lon Arquez. And he let Anita have it for a year rent-free to get things going there. And there's flea marketer and junkman and my godfather, Lindsay Cage. There he is. And when I was a little kid, Juanita used to give me free griddle cakes. Would never accept any payment for them. From my mom, who was always a poor broke sucker on the waterfront. And here's a galley apron. Juanita. And here we are. It's Juanita out in front of the Charles Van Damme. There in Gate 6. And then Juanita had it filled in with truckloads of dirt all around so that you could park cars around it and it wasn't floating anymore. Smart. And more pictures of her. And I like this picture right here. It's Juanita, Mousson, and Fred. Here. Juanita, what are you putting on shoes for? Got to, sweetie. Sally Stanford said she'd make a lady out of me if it killed her. Stanford in Mink, and Juanita in Moo with Waters, 1960. And oh, there's Juanita's famous book, Adventures of the Legendary Juanita Wusson. Floating in the bathtub there. Tack shot across Bow Galley. The big auction Juanita's no sale. Juanita sued over axe brawl. Feds padlock Juanita's boat bistro. Yes. A Juanita-sized brawl. Pour your own coffee. Posters from when it was the Ark. Nice. Marty Martinez, who runs Ondine Restaurant, takes over the Charles Van Damme in 1966. She's rewired, replumbed, and outfitted with red carpets and a luxurious decor for a restaurant nightclub called the Ark. It's a spillover for bands playing at the Avalon. Here are some of the Ark posters. Sir Douglas Quintet up there. Posters here. Brother in the Holding Company. Very famous poster. Jack the Ripper on the Ark. Gate 6, Sausalito. In the background. There's Charles Van Damme. Life as a Library, 1969. May 12th meeting minutes. Sausalito Library Board suggest using the Charles Van Damme as a library. Wow. Huh. Plan is put forward to turn the Charles Van Damme into a library. Huh. Boy, that's pretty weird. I didn't know about that. And here's books, walking beams and paddle wheels, Chronicle of San Francisco Bay ferry boats. Wow. Another book of San Francisco Bay ferry boats. And of course, this is when I came to be on the Charles Van Damme. Life as a hangout. A great hangout. I actually lived on board for several months while my little boat was being built in Gate 6 in the late 70s, early 80s. And then, of course, they thought we were having too much fun, and they wanted to bulldoze it. And there were many benefits done, and as you can see, Phil Frank, the cartoonist and artist, has done some great artwork for it. An evening of cosmic entertainment, vaudeville style, Garden of Earthly Delights. Charles Van Damme ferry boat in Sausalito. Great stuff. Joe Tate, Joey Crunch, Kim Carrick, Jeff Costello, Maggie Catfish, and the fifth Beatle. The sixth Redleg, Adam Foreman. Oh yes, look at him there. What a motley crew. And there's a picture of the Van Damme taken just before she was bulldozed. And big sign up on the Van Damme says Midnight TRO. That was actually a sign that was taken from another waterfront adventure that a big barge was brought in and sunk in the path of the pile driver in the late 70s. And then we took the sign and used it on the Van Damme. And and here's me down in front holding up the poster of the last benefit we did in December 1982. There I am, looking like Osama or Fidel Castro or Che Guevara maybe. And there's the poster for SOS Charles Van Damme. And I can't quite see my goat. Rosie the goat is standing there. You can see her paw right there. Wait, is that the goat? It's around there somewhere. Anyway, what a bunch of people, huh? Over here. Life in danger. That's for sure. Yeah, the morning of the bulldozing, there was a rainbow above the Van Damme, and I, as well as many other people, took pictures. You got to see the beauty of our beautiful sky and ferry boat before it got bulldozed. And of course, several of us were led away in handcuffs. There's Jane Robinson Costello being led away. Check bail to San Van Damme. Taken off the stack by sheriff's deputies. And there's the crane. Hands off the waterfront. Great poster. And there they are. Going at it. Charles Van Damme is no more, but we still have the paddle wheel and the smokestack. Looking good with a fresh coat of paint on them. All right. Very patriotic, that picture there. The famous fence behind it, made by members of Heaven's Gate. That's another story. And then over here, life in ruins. Well, There's the Gates Cooperative. Stack. Our kids. Here. Artwork. Nice stuff. Wonderful spread of food over here. Awesome looking spread. Very sexy little hors d'oeuvres and canapes. What does canapé mean anyway? Look at that.
Isn't that beautiful?
That's great. I think that's